When men online ask me who broke my heart, it's easy for me to say, you, homie. Not the guys that I dated or the guys that cheated on me, but you. The men out there that I gave relationship advice to for 10 years. I was a dating coach giving relationship advice on YouTube for 10 damn years. I didn't start giving women relationship advice until recently. Women show me more love when I give them guidance. What I notice about a lot of men is that a lot of you don't want to improve. You don't want to be better for women. So when I do create positive content, praising you, giving you good advice, encouraging you to be a better man, y'all skip over that content altogether. But let me create some content for women. And it says something negative about men. Here comes men in my comment section talking about how fat I am, talking about my weave, my makeup, talking about how unattractive I am. And honestly, I'm a beautiful woman across the board, whether I'm wearing my hair straight or curly, whether I'm wearing a wig or braids, whether I have on makeup or not, whether I'm fat or skinny, I am still an attractive woman, period. And a man's assessment or approval of me usually has nothing to do with the content that I created supporting women, encouraging them to make better choices in men. What makes me beautiful is my character, my sense of humor. I have supported men for so long, and I do not get that support in return. And I'm tired of it. I'm telling these women not to use y'all for money, cheat on you, lie to you, manipulate you, be violent towards you. I'm teaching women all types of stuff that can make their relationships with their men more pleasant. And I can't even get any type of praise from the average man who comes inside of my comment section. All I get is insults, ignorance, and negativity. And I think I want to be done with that.
I'm glad that this is being brought up because I'm just going to make this the topic of the day today. Because I have several videos on my page where I address good men and I talk about my exes and how they have all been good men. But those are not the videos that you like, comment, share. Those are not the videos that you care anything about. But as soon as I say something negative or I bring up a bunch of negative things about the bad guys that exist out here, those are the videos that you're doing the sharing, the liking, the commenting on, which if you understand TikTok at this point, the more you engage with the video, the harder it's going to be pushed on the For You page. So that is not my fault that you engage more with my negative content than you do my positive content. And because you do, you're pushing those videos to the forefront and it makes it look like I only make content that is negative. But I don't only make content that is negative. You just only care about the negative content that I make, which is part of the problem, that we pedestalize negative stuff more than we do anything positive.
It's so crazy to me that all of these black men are building up platforms talking about black women are gold diggers and talking about how they're only loved if they have money. Is that a joke? There are more black women taking care of a stone cold bum than there are black men taking care of a black woman. Period. Point blank. In fact, black women are the most likely group of women to date, marry, and procreate down. That means with men who have less money than us. Somebody's the gold digger here, and it's not us. What I notice about alpha males is that they date whatever woman that they want to date, unconcerned about society's assessment or another man's assessment of their woman. It's because they are high up in hierarchy naturally, and any woman that they choose becomes top tier by association. Alphas don't care. They make the rules. They'll date a fat girl, an attractive girl, broke girl, a girl from another planet, as long as she is enough for him because she is his woman. That's all that matters to him. He does not care what anybody else thinks. Betas, on the other hand, want social acceptance. So what they are going to do is date women who society or their peers find attractive or deem suitable. They consider everybody else's assessment of who they date. They especially want applause from other men. They care more about what men think about them than women. Alphas aren't like that. Alphas do whatever. They don't care if like their homeboys like it or not. They're going to do what they want to do.
Most men are not married to who they're most attracted to. They're married to who their friends are most attracted to.
Okay, no, but can we talk about it? Because a lot of men's treatment of you romantically is not only based on whether or not they find you attractive, but it's also contingent on how your body relates to society's beauty standards and how other people will perceive him being with you. Yeah. And what I mean by that is a man could find a plus size woman attractive. However, due to the fear of how he'll be perceived in being with her, he'll give her the runaround, he'll give her mixed signals, and he won't commit to her out of that fear. But that same man could get with a smaller woman and treat her just fine because for him, he no longer has that same fear of not being accepted by society and by other men. Men will literally find all kinds of women attractive. However, which women they treat right is strongly influenced by whether or not their boys will like them or not. Yeah, that their male gaze doesn't have anybody else in a chokehold quite like them their males, okay? Good Lord.
It's so strange to me that betas are not understanding this. Alphas date who they want to date. It's men inside of my comment section saying shit like, no one will actually date an unattractive woman or a fat woman. And then I list celebrity plus size women who are in committed relationships or married, and men can't believe it. I have other men saying, show me an alpha male who is actually dating an unattractive woman. My thing is, there are different standards of beauty. For every woman that you think is beautiful, there is a man out there who thinks she's ugly. There are men out there who think my thickness makes me sexy as hell. But then you got men out there who claim that my thickness is what makes me ugly, or my dark skin is what makes me ugly, because they prefer light-skinned women. The only point I'm trying to prove is that alphas date who they want to date. They don't look at other men and use those other men's preferences as measuring tape when it comes time for him to choose the type of woman that he wants to be with. Betas are asking me to show them proof that an alpha is dating an unattractive woman because to them, they need proof that other men participate in that behavior so that they can feel comfortable with doing that behavior themselves. Betas operate like that. Alphas do not care if you feel comfortable with the behavior that they've chosen, the clothes that they wear, the woman that they date. They don't care. They don't need your proof. They don't need your assessment in order to do whatever it is they want to do because they feel confident about whatever they choose. An alpha would not ask me to prove this because an alpha has already chosen what a beta is asking me to prove. What makes most men problematic is because men think they're so different, but you guys tend to respond to what women say in a similar manner. When women talk about our experiences with men that may be negative, a lot of men respond as if it's unbelievable or trivial because what we're saying, even if it's true, is harming their ego. If I'm talking about a specific negative behavior that a man has, a man will say, that's not all men. Well, no shit, it's not all men, but it's enough of you doing it in order for it to be a problem. And you become part of the problem when you, number one, make it seem like what we're saying we are experiencing is trivial. Number two, acting like you've never seen a man do the things that is obviously a problem with men, especially inside of the Black community. For example, when single mothers talk about men abandoning them with children, or when battered Black women talk about the abuse from a narcissist, the Black man's promiscuity or obvious hypersexualization or disrespect of Black women. These are all issues that women talk about on the regular all over social media. And when I look into the comment section and I see men trying to act like they don't know, when it's so many of us saying these are our issues, if anything, if what we're saying doesn't apply to you, the truth is you have at least one homeboy or one relative that is doing exactly what most women are complaining about. You men see other men doing something that you claim you don't do, and you never are man enough to step up and check your brothers. You could at least see them doing something screwed up and stop giving them social acceptance because of it. But you guys see these men doing terrible stuff to black women and you overlook it. You act like you don't even see it. You sweep it under the rug like it's nothing. You're trying to make women feel like it's all in our heads, and it's not. We are being abused. We are being abandoned with children. We're being cheated on, lied to, manipulated. And yes, some good men out there, but these good men are part of the problem as well. Because when we complain to these good men, they try to make it seem like it's trivial or it's not real. Every day, some man is inside of my comment section telling me how I'm going to die alone. And I keep trying to tell you guys, don't threaten me with a good time. Most of you men are a hindrance and a headache because most of you do not know how to be husbands and fathers. Meanwhile, women, we were taught to be wives and girlfriends. We were pressured and forced to believe that the only thing of value we'll ever be able to do is be some dude's wife and be a mother. It's women out here scared to say they don't want to be married and they don't want to have kids because society has made us feel like our worth is in being a wife and a mother. So dying alone sounds like bells and whistles, bruh. Oh, you thought I was going to go somewhere and cry because some dude don't want to marry me? You men need to understand you are not a prize. You barely bring anything valuable to a marriage. Learn how to be a husband. Learn how to be a friend. Hell, just learn how to be honest with yourself and everybody around you. And then maybe you will become a prize. Until then, you not in my will as a beneficiary. Peace be gone. I'm on this dating app. It's called Hinge, right? And every time they send me a match, it's always a guy that's not black. And when I do see a guy that's black, I already know that it's going to go wrong. I can reassure you that it's going to go wrong early, right? I just already know that it is. So yesterday, me and this guy was talking and he asked me, he was black, he asked me for my phone number or my Instagram. And I said, if I give you my Instagram and you see what's on my Instagram, you're probably gonna run. My Instagram isn't hideous or anything, but because I'm an entrepreneur and I'm like very goal oriented and motivated, that scares a lot of men off. You would be surprised. They're like, oh no, she'll be too much. Yes, I will be. And I suggest you go find less because I ain't turning down no time soon. So I ended up giving it to him and he goes and looks. Now it's a lot of stuff on my Instagram. I talk about God, love, business, and wealth all of the time. Dude comes back onto Hinge. Guess what he brings up? Fucking Kevin Samuels. He was like, oh, I feel like some of the stuff that Kevin Samuels says is so powerful and I agree with some of it and then other stuff I don't agree with. Let me tell you, this conversation went left quick as hell because I specifically said I am not a Kevin Samuels fan. Out of all of the stuff on my feed, why would you pick that one post if you're trying to date me? Let me reassure you fellas, Kevin Samuels makes you look raggedy as hell. When you reach out to a woman and she is healthy mentally and confident and has a lot going for herself, she's gonna think you're out of your fucking mind for following anything that he has to say. Even if you feel like this man has made some valid points, I can reassure you that the misogyny and sexism attached to what he says is going to turn any woman off. I guess the conversation didn't go how he wanted it to, so he's like, I'm not going to talk about this. Well, what the fuck you bring it up for, bruh? Oh, now you don't want to talk about it. Okay, I see what's happening here. Deuces. Red flag. Don't hit me up again. Bye-bye. I can't be feminine around dudes like that. They're just so extra, man. I swear to God.